Yeah, I'm just going to be doing my reflection from yesterday. Okay, so we're doing our reflection for yesterday. That is me about to do my recording for my reflection. So basically yesterday I had my tutorial with Michael. Today I emailed GI, I got my quotes from the subway people, which was really interesting. I'm kind of thinking a bit about how I would have improved my piece. Visit around Stowe, pick up the wood from the wood workshop. It looks like the building's like amazing, but I was kind of thinking about it in terms of like the architecture course I'd been looking at in Utica. I emailed Sailor Jerry's about getting a sponsorship for me and Dex's exhibition, which we got. Like, I want it to have, I want like the same frames. I want them to be equal. I want them to be unified because I want it to be kind of like this suggestion that's all in the same system and being kind of systematic, and actually like I would maybe have should have had it on different pieces of types of paper so that it's kind of more consistent throughout. Invest the money in some frames. He suggested I go to IKEA, but like they were like £6 each, and I had to get 22 frames, so I couldn't afford that. So obviously two of my frames came broken, so I have to stay in tomorrow to make sure that I pick up the replacement frames. You can kind of see like in former academies they've always had this courtyard kind of style. Correct me if I'm wrong. And unlike the GSA buildings like now, because obviously they're mostly like converted other like purpose-built buildings, this has got a similar kind of courtyard shape if you look to the blueprints, but they're actually like light tunnels. Very successful day. Bear in mind I had no student cards, so I was just like running around. It's like the thickness of the frames, meaning that it won't fit on the board. Another thing I spoke with Michael about was having a board, like a 2 meter by 1 meter board, which kind of to raise it slightly off the wall so that it's not so like passive, it's a bit more like as a set, and also I think that it would kind of just install wise, in my opinion, make it easier to make sure they're all in line, which I'm sure like is not something that nobody else agrees with me about, but I'm just a bit nervous about making sure that I get the all the kind of, I don't know, instead of that sorry, there's a Dexter. So I went to the wood workshop and ordered some 12mm MDF. I chose 12 because I want it to be like light, but I thought the 9 was like so thin that it was almost like not worth putting up, and I want like it needs to be up, but it needs to be thinner. It needs to be thick enough to raise it like considerably, and it also needs to be thin enough to still be light and drillable through. So I also ordered some veneer samples of different types of wood just to like try them out, just to see what it looked like, because like instead of having like to get over the problem with having it like 2 different coloured paper, I could even just have it like as a digital thing. That would be a completely different piece. About to go to the painting printmaking thing. I tried out putting the frames. I need to get a drill today, that's my goal, and I need to drop my CV off some places because I'm fucking broke. Tomorrow, reminder to set yourself a deadline. That's why I'm dressed so smart. I look like a Victorian, but whatever. I also agree with this idea that genius is an outdated concept that doesn't exist, and it's kind of unhelpful anyway because, yeah, what's the difference? Whatever. Off topic. That would be a completely different piece. And I got the screws. Did write just by hand like year 3 missing and year 5 missing, which actually looks quite nice. The simplicity of it. So I'm kind of thinking to leave it like that. I was sure with Michael, he kind of suggested that he liked the idea of the grid thing. He suggested me the artist K.P. Bremer, who's this German artist who does a lot of stuff with like graphs and stuff. So I think actually the data around it being in the same frames wouldn't work as well. Practice drilling, screwing and drilling, because I had this idea of maybe making some kind of like pie charts or like some kind of just data analysis of the like keywords that were used to describe me and stuff. He kind of suggested you could do, whether spaces are missing, he was like, well, either you could do like some really nice kind of like year 3 missing, like written like a screen print or something, or you could kind of do something in the same style so it looks like the same as the ones that are already there, or maybe like missing frames was obviously the suggestion of Monica, like after I had my tutorial with her. Concentrate because I was waiting for that phone call. Anyway, for assessment, I'm thinking to put it so that it's like got some kind of like schooly feel. I want like the assessor to feel kind of like overwhelmed, up and down emotionally, which is cool given the situation. Obviously, if everything just fucks up and dies, I just want it to feel like overwhelmed a bit. Instead of having like frames, empty frames, I labelled all the backs of them and of the frames and stuff just so it's easier to control. Instead of having empty frames of I was thinking about it's like the lighting in the room, like how would it change? You know, I thought the what's it called? The glass was quite reflective. You know, my degree is obviously just cutting and sticking. It's so ironic. It's just like, it's actually hilarious. I feel like it's just a piece in itself, the irony of the fact that the whole work is about how I've been assessed throughout my entire life and I'm having to hand it in for assessment. I went to the library, printing out my photos for my sketchbook and stuff, which I still need to cut and stick. I want the person sitting there, the tutor, should just be like, this is fucking hilarious. Because it is. It's just like, here's all these school reports, I'm writing an assessment thing now. Like, I kind of want to make a couple more like references to like schooliness. So at hard school you don't have much like space to like actually like work. I was thinking about getting like some apples and then putting them on the table as well. Maybe a reference to like being like a teacher's pet or something. I don't know if you don't. I'm hungover right now, I'm sorry. Mainly for MLit students, let's be honest. That's kind of it. What I can do. Still quite a lot, actually. Alright, bye! Yeah. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna get going. Alright. Write this out is, type it up, obviously. Alright, bye! Bye.